So I can't say getting to the pond wasn't eventful. I was just driving down this pond, everything was all good, only had it in two-wheel until I came around this bend here. Then I got stuck, and it was already kind of too late to put it in four-wheel. I was already stuck, so what I had to do was stick this big log underneath the tires, a bunch of little twigs over those tires, that little branch right there under that tire, and this tire over here wasn't really in mud that much, but those three tires were like 6 inches deep in just straight mud, and I was stuck. But once I got those logs and sticks in place, I just backed her up and everything was good to go. But hopefully it doesn't rain out too much, because as you can tell, it's a little bit gray behind me and it is supposed to rain today. So if it rains, it's just gonna make matters worse when I try to leave today. But I got everything packed up right now. Let's hit the water. Alright guys, so I'm going to be throwing 2 lures today mostly. I got this Gary, which is just like a jerkbait in clown color. And the thing that I think is going to do all the damage today is my trusted shaky head. And I dipped the tail in some garlic chartreuse. And honestly, I think this is going to be catching me more fish than the jerkbait, but you never know. Oh my God, that was a fish on. Wow, already, are you kidding me? I was not ready for that at all. Are you kidding me right now? I was not ready for this fish at all. Wow, he's biting my finger. But I just lifted it over a log and I thought it was like a branch pulling back, so I didn't even set the hook. But somehow I hooked him and he stayed on. That is so cool. I've literally been here for 2 minutes. I could even check the GoPro right now. That is awesome. Okay. He was ready to go. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah, according to the GoPro, I've been here 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Didn't I just tell you guys that this is my trusted shaky head? Oh my goodness. No wind right now too. Such a beautiful day out. Alright guys, if you've been following my channel, I've been starting out this year using a shaky head every time I go out. And the reason I'm throwing a shaky head as opposed to a jig is just because a shaky head and a jig are basically the same lure, except a jig is more of like a bulkier profile, and since it's so early spring and the water is still like 39-40 degrees, then I think this smaller profile is really going to get me a fish over a jig. But the goal today is just throw shallow and snags. The water is a little bit murky, so I think the fish are going to be relating to structure. And I think the little bit of sun that is peeking through the clouds are going to heat up the shallow water a lot quicker, so. Got one. Oh. Just a stick. Alright guys, first stop of the day. I can tell my kayak is filled up with water. There's got to be a big hole in the bottom of it. Yep, I think there is water in my kayak. Alright, since I'm already on land, what I'm going to do is walk the bank for a little bit and see if I can catch a fish just from the bank. Got him! Got him! That's what I'm talking about. No, you're caught. No, you're caught. Haha, there we go. Caught him right next to the log I was standing on. That is awesome. Another bass down. Tiny bit smaller than the other one. I'd say probably just under 1.5 pounds. But that is awesome. Don't even need my kayak. Alright, so I caught that fish right at the base of this log here, and just by looking at the log I can see it actually goes out quite a bit further. So if I can cast down at the base of this log like 20 feet out, maybe there's another one. So luckily it hasn't started to rain yet, and honestly I don't think that it is gonna rain today. I see a bunch of blue sky behind me, the weather is warming up. There's one thing that I'm fighting against right now, and it's what I'm standing on right now. Look at all of this ice. But I have caught 2 fish out of this pond so far, so my hopes are still high. But I'm gonna rest my back a little bit and just do some minor exploring through these woods here. There's like a no trespassing sign, so I won't go any further that way behind my camera. But who knows what I'll find? Maybe I'll find like a deer shit. Speaking of deer, I just found some deer poop. Alright, let's get back on my kayak. Alright guys, my GoPro died unfortunately, and I left my batteries in my truck. So my good camera is going to be the only camera that's going to film today, but I mean that's alright. Wow, kidding me? A bug just flew on my face. Got one. Get up here. Yes. That is a good bass right here. That is a good bass. Ooh. I don't know if you guys just saw that camera shake, but that's because I hit a rock and I casted right next to the rock. Scared one fish, but this bass came in, just munched the spinnerbait. That was awesome. And you know what? That is why I switched to the spinnerbait. I switched to the spinnerbait maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes ago or something like that. And I originally had a jerkbait on, but I wasn't feeling the jerkbait. I wasn't getting any hits on the jerkbait. And I was like, I know the spinnerbait produces in early spring. And right there. Got one. think this is a big one. I think this is a big one. There we go. I can't see him yet. Oh yeah, there we go. Big ol' head on him, but let's put it back. That is what I'm talking about. Fourth fish on the spinnerbait, guys, I'm telling you. But guys, can you tell I like Gary Yamamoto? This is a Gary Yamamoto spinnerbait, and before I was using a Gary Yamamoto jerkbait. I don't buy their Senkos, so I think their Senkos are overpriced. Alright guys, that is it for today. I managed to catch 4 fish today. All of them were bass, which is awesome when I can have a day where I catch nothing but bass. Only because there's so many pickerel where I live, you're bound to hook into some pickerel, especially in this cold weather. But anyway, I've run out of time, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Peace.